Okay, one of the things that the energies are really calling us to right now is to face the roots of division within ourselves. Now, we've got this conjunction of Chiron and Eris. Chiron is the wounded healer. Chiron, wherever Chiron falls, we're basically confronted with some kind of deep-seated pain that we have built incredible defenses around, like defenses that are so thick, so strong, so clever that we don't even know that they're there. And if anybody in your life comes to point them out to you, you will tell them to fuck off and no, you're a liar, you're wrong, you don't see me, right? That's kind of the way the Chiron works. Now, these defenses happen to be, so baked into our personality that they, shape a lot of our personality. A lot of our greatest gifts come from them, as well as our greatest pains and challenges. So it's a really tough nut to crack, the Chiron thing. But if you've been around the merry-go-round enough times with Chiron, you come to see at a certain point, like, maybe I need to start looking at this a little bit differently. And when that happens, then, it becomes this magical key, really, that starts to unlock deeper dimensions of who you are. But don't want to sensationalize that, because the path with Chiron is one where you have to face stuff you do not want to face. Okay, the payoff is extraordinary, but the upfront price can be pretty steep. Now, Eris is the planet or exoplanet that was discovered in 2005 that got Pluto demoted, right? It's the one that astronomers went, hey, there are all these little rocks out there. They don't deserve planet status. So in came Eris, and Pluto, probably the most powerful of all the planets, got stripped of its status. All right. So Eris is the goddess of strife in ancient Greece. She's the one who started the Trojan War. Really, when we look at Eris, we're looking at the deep roots of division in the deep, deep psyche. Now, if you look at all of the division in the world right now, and think about how, the roots of division are connected to a deep pain that we don't want to see. But then we go even farther than that. I mean, we go as far down as we can possibly go, because both of these astrological forces are strong, deep, deep triggers that want to take us past the level of anything that we're really familiar with, right? Anything that's so polite as to be classified as like social construction, even. I mean, if we look around at all the division right now, we can say, oh, it's patriarchy, oh, it's colonialism, all this, that. It's like, no, even that stuff is just a surface expression, or like an intermediate expression of something way, way deeper and darker and scarier, right? So that's the kind of stuff that we're dealing with when we face Eris and Chiron. And it's basically saying like, hey, these forces are unleashed right now in the world, and they're unleashed through us as individuals. And we have to learn how to work differently with these forces. It starts by going in and seeing the stuff in ourselves we don't want to see, of course. Now, the first place this is all going to play out, the whole divisiveness thing, is in our close relationships, in romantic relationships, partnerships, but any kind of relationships between students and teachers, between friends, between children and parents, all kinds of things. So at this particular full moon, this Libra full moon, which is moon in Libra, opposite sun in Aries, and Libra being the sign that's most connected to relationship, Aries being the sign that's most about me and my own autonomy. Of course, this is a trigger that just helps us tap into that a little bit more. Also, another quick trigger at this time is a square between Venus and Pluto, which again, it just highlights these deeper, mucky relational dynamics. Really what we're looking at when we look at Venus and Pluto, if I had to boil it down to one core dynamic, I'd say that it's the sense of worthlessness that everybody seems to have somewhere, right? That also connects to Chiron, by the way. But yeah, the degree to which lack and I'm not enough and all of that has shaped the way you approach relationship or what you go to relationship seeking, right? So all of that stuff is kind of up. And then you use all of that surface swirl, right? Is it can take you down into something deeper, and the stuff underneath it, that's the Chiron Eris stuff that I'm talking about. And that is what shapes reality from the bottom up. And that is what, in this time, this great shift in consciousness that we are being called into, um, there's great potential for transformation there. But again, it's not easy. I'm not going to sugarcoat it or sensationalize it. Most people, frankly, are not going to be able to go down into that dimension, and that's okay. We shouldn't expect them to. And even if you think you are, even if I think I am, I mean, we got to be honest with ourselves. Even if we are, we're probably barely able to. I mean, this is like a new level of shit that we're dealing with here. So we should be, humbled by it, honestly, and realize that part of our job right now is simply, you know, to hold space for ourselves. I think that I'm starting to see this a lot coming out, that generally people are starting to realize, like, hey, maybe this whole game isn't about bashing through my inner obstacles and overcoming my shit. Maybe it's just about allowing myself to be who I am, right? And allowing others to be who they are and just holding space for that, right? The good, the bad, the ugly. So to be able to do that for yourself, to be able to do that for others, to realize everybody on earth is going through a process right now, whether you like them or not, whether you approve of what their process looks like or not. And to realize that a lot of it is just holding space. So I think that's all I'll say on this topic right now. If you want to learn more, you can visit me at theinnerfountain.com. You can DM me, and I will talk to you later.